Hello everyone, my name is Roxy Ratcliffe and I'm the Senior Business Partner for Diversity and Inclusion at Burges Salmon, and today we are talking about reverse mentoring, and I'm joined by my colleague Shachi, who is one of the lawyers in our competition team at Burges Salmon. So we are talking about reverse mentoring. We have a number of programs in place at the firm at the moment which partners up senior leaders and managers with colleagues who have lived experience of lots of different diversity characteristics. And the idea is that those individuals spend time together during a mentoring relationship to share experiences that those leaders can then take back to build more inclusive teams and build a better culture and a better business at Burges Salmon. So I just wanted to start off by asking why you wanted to get involved in the reverse mentoring programme.
So I wanted to get involved in the reverse mentoring program because I'd had some similar experiences of mentoring another person and talking about my life experiences. And I found that really rewarding, and my mentee did as well. Having open conversations is really important, in my view, to allow people to show up to work as themselves. And it felt really good to have those conversations and think, yes, I can be who I am at home as I am at work without having to hide anything. I think the reverse mentoring scheme that was launched at Burges Salmon serves a really important function in sort of facilitating those conversations and providing a platform for senior leaders to access the lived experience of people coming up through the ranks and understanding the reasons why people may not feel comfortable, or people choose to leave because they don't feel like they fit.
Fantastic. And so now, having been a mentor on the programme, what do you feel like you got out of the process?
I learned a lot about different experiences from people across the firm. And I also learned a lot about how many parallels can be drawn between experiences, even if people have completely different backgrounds. I also really enjoyed being a mentor because I felt like I was contributing to the culture here at Burges Salmon and making it an even better place to work than it already is.
Fantastic, thank you. So I'm now joined by David Hall, who heads up the Disputes Planning and Construction Department at Burges Salmon, and he's also on our leadership team at the firm. So David, I just wanted to ask you, why did you decide to get involved in the reverse mentoring programme?
Yeah, well, when I heard about it, it sounded like a really interesting idea. It sounded like an important thing to be involved in. As you say, I'm part of the leadership team here, and I like to think we're a really welcoming and inclusive place to be. However, I think it would be naive of me to think that Burges Salmon is a particularly diverse place where it comes to having colleagues of diverse ethnic background. It's something that's obviously important for us to address. So I saw this as an opportunity to talk directly to colleagues with real experience of the issues in a way that I don't have, to just start a process of understanding better what it is that puts off people from diverse backgrounds from applying to the firm, and what sort of obstacles there are in the way that we might address. So that was the main driver, but it also sounded a really interesting opportunity to meet other people who had experiences different to my own.
Yeah, and I think that's been one of the interesting side effects of the programme, is that it's actually really allowing people to collaborate across the business in different ways and make connections across different departments, which it's always a nice add-on to something like this. So, I mean, what did you get out of your experience of being involved in the programme? How would you sort of sum it up?
Yeah, so I mean, first of all, I got to meet Folu, who was a really interesting and charming person to deal with. Lucky enough to work with her on this, and I think we built over a little while a relationship of trust where we could start to discuss the real issues that we needed to discuss, and we covered a really wide range of topics, probably wider than either of us could have planned right from the outset, and that was a good thing. It sort of the conversations grew. But if you really take a step back and say, well, what was important in terms of the learnings that I mentioned just a little moment ago, the effect on people being made to feel different and sort of to get an understanding of the uncertainties that can be caused by a sort of a feeling of not belonging. And I think how unconscious or casual prejudice can almost be more toxic than sort of out and out prejudice that's easy to call out. And I would very much hope we don't have here, or only in very, very rare examples. But so a real understanding of the anxieties that can cause people over and above the anxieties that maybe people have normally in the workplace. So a bit of an understanding of that. An insight into the real importance of having proper processes, and to really look at our processes to make sure that they both are fair and that they feel fair. And trying to get a different perspective on what that might mean, and the importance of language and the importance of how we express ourselves. That was another important takeaway, and I guess also the importance of having role models here to make it really feel like an inclusive place. So it was good to start thinking about these things in more detail and to get that experience in, and to start a process or to take forward a process of doing something with that information.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, quite a learning journey, I suppose, and lots that you as a kind of a manager and a leader within the organisation can take forward in terms of the decisions that you make within your role and the influence that you have within the organisation as well.
Yes, absolutely. So there were some specific things, some real specifics that you could take away and do something with immediately. But then, and perhaps more importantly, much more wider cultural-based issues that we would like to address in order to encourage a much broader range of colleagues from a broader range of backgrounds. Fantastic.
Thank you so much for sharing that, David, and for sharing what that experience kind of meant to you as a kind of a key leader within the organisation. So yeah, we've been talking about Burges Salmon's reverse mentoring programme, which we now have across a number of different streams. We have one focused on ethnic diversity and one focused on disability and long-term health conditions as well. And if you'd like to find out any more about those, you can contact us through our website. So thank you.